What's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 300 and season 7, and we're recording on October 14th, 2024. I'm Doug, and joining me today we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
As a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, join the SojuTalk Discord, and be a part of the nation. Guys, it's been like 5 or 6 years of this for some reason, and we're still doing it. Episode 300, season 7 is here. In terms of the podcast, some things are changed a little bit. You know, Spice King is gone, by the way.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
You're gonna have to see what we're doing there, but I'm sure if you've been listening on any of the previous couple weeks, you know what's going on. But we just want to get into the releases. I mean, at the end of the show, though, we're gonna be talking about our favorite SojuTalk moments of the past 6 seasons, right?
Yes.
So that is something we are doing.
Let's go. 7th year of SojuTalk. Here we go.
All right, we got 4 songs this week, but they're big songs. We have the Karina solo song, Up. We got Jennie, Mantra. We got XG, If You Know, You Know. 17, Love, Money, and Fame featuring DJ Khaled. We the best.
Oh my God.
Let's start at the top. aespa's Karina, Up. So she is from SM. So aespa, they're making their comeback on October 21st with their 5th mini album, Whiplash. Ahead of the comeback, they dropped 4 solo tracks, 1 for each of the members. Karina Up, Giselle Dopamine, Ning Ning Board, Winter Spark. This Karina Up song, the reason we're covering it, it's like number 3 on iChart right now. It's on Melon, Daily, and Top 100 number 1, Flow number 1.
Wow.
Like Genie number 3. Like, it's popping off for a song that has no music video, technically.
It's crazy.
Is popping off in Korea. Let's talk about it. Okay. I like this song. Is it like, okay, some people in the Discord are gassing this song up. They're trying to make it seem like this is God's gift to mankind, right?
Wow. Oh, wow.
Maybe it is for them. He's all right.
God's gift.
That's not bad.
It's good, but it's not that, is my opinion.
Oh, no.
Okay, here's number 1. Number 1, this song is like the glove that O.J. Simpson was trying to put on that it actually fit him. It's not like he spread his fingers out. This glove fits well to Karina, right? I think this song is made perfectly for her. My only issue with the song, I'm going to get to the conclusion real quick. I don't like the slow down rap thing we did towards the end. I was not a fan of that.
Oh, the little change up.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird. But the rest of the song, the verses, the chorus, the choreography, I thought it all was perfect for her. And I really enjoyed that.
Wow. Okay. This is all very positive. This is not what
Well, number 1, I'm really biased because I like Karina. So maybe that has something to do with it too. As a lot of people do. I
definitely feel like this suits her. Like, I agree. The sound, the very... I don't know what to categorize it. It was given like R&B type, maybe 2000s, late 2000s type sound. Like, it sounds very, very nice, and it fits her. I think the choreography for it was also very fitting to the vibe. I will say, I don't know if it has to do with the fact that this is a lot of live performances that I've been watching because it doesn't have a proper music video. It feels like it's almost too easy for her. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I was watching some of the lives, and choreo's fun, but it's not as intense as it could be. I think there's a lot of good moments, but it does feel a little too easy for her, in my opinion. I don't know. I think she's a really great performer, really good dancer, and she's had like spotlights in other aespa songs and other solo like duo stuff too. Like, she worked with Timon in the like earlier years, but I don't know. I feel like I was expecting something a little bit harder because I know she can do it. She's very, very clean in her moves, and she showcased this. But I don't know. It felt a little too easy. And I also feel like the energy maybe was also not super.
I thought that was the point, though. Like, I thought that was a
true.
Decision
that could be what they're going for.
I think it's just popular because before they released the audio version of the song, just the dance was popping off on TikTok. So I think it was like a concerted decision, maybe.
Could be.
This is really interesting. I didn't expect this much positivity in the conversation for Up.
Oh no.
Even our Discord
Not
is
feeling it, Warren.
positive.
Really?
It's very positive.
Okay. I don't know. I don't want to start a new season on a down note. You know what I mean? I want to start on
So
an up
you
note.
don't like this song? Is that what you're saying, Warren?
I think it leaves more to be desired. You know, like 'cause I'm still a little hungry. You know, my appetite. Yeah, I could eat a little more, man. You know.
So what aren't we hitting? Like you don't like you ain't vibing with the chorus, the up, slow down.
Yeah, I don't know, not really. I don't know. I couldn't really pick out a part of the song that I was really leaning positively towards. I didn't really like the sound choice. Didn't really like the genre. Didn't like the. I don't think she I don't think she sounded good in her vocals or the rap.
Oh really?
I think the lyrics were kind of just generic or a little cheesy. Just sounds like a word salad of like roll up. You know,
a little bit.
You know. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing.
She's the solo lyricist as well.
I know, that's exactly what I'm referring to. Here's the thing. About 10 or so years ago, about 15 to 10 years ago was when this sound was very popular. DJ Mustard was on top of that. This was the people called it the ratchet genre. It was like a subgenre of the southern west, you know, a little west coast, a bit of southern, laid back, you know, cowbells, you know, bells, you know, the hey, you know, that kind of sound, you know. It's a subgenre of dance hip hop that was very popular around that time. If you think about Tinashe, if you think about Kid Ink, if you think about Fancy by Iggy Azalea,
her.
Right?
Yeah.
All of those sounds was what kind of fits into this grouping of music, and I feel like there was an attempt to give that a fresh reinterpretation, kind of similar to how Brat was a very open reinterpretation of the late 2000s pop music, right? Very upbeat, but also very aggressive, slightly hyper poppy, you know, all that kind of thing. All that deconstruction of like what we call dance club music. And this is very club music-y, but at the same time, it feels like we haven't really done anything new. And I feel like one attempt to kind of bring this back into 2024 was that little change up near the end, which kind of like Doug, I wasn't really a fan of. I thought
it got a little weird at the end. Like, it's like it got like kind of loud all of a sudden, and it didn't make sense to me. What was going on?
I don't know. It didn't really hit. The rap wasn't there. The vocals weren't there. I wasn't really convinced. And maybe it's because I listened to the song first before checking out the performance video. And while I was watching the performance video, I was like, okay, I can see how this went viral.
Once you see the performance, it makes more sense, right?
Right. At that point, I can definitely see why it went viral. But at the same time, I don't see myself putting this on any Spotify playlist when I could be listening to Tinashe or like Doki from back in 2009, for that matter. You know what I mean? Like,
you gotta put this on the playlist and just shake your ass a little. Come on.
I don't know. Like,
come on. Also, the guy who made the song, Slow Rabbit, is having a good year. He also wrote Magnetic. The guy who made Magnetic made this song. So he's having a great year.
The big hit guy. He's the guy who wrote Sugar Rush, right? Isn't it?
Correct. Yeah. That's him. And Sweet Venom from Enhypen as well. He's written all of those.
There you go.
He's having a good year, by the way. And this is this is a solo song, so he probably never expected this one to like pop off as it is doing, right? Because if you prepare for the song to pop off, you have a full music video, you're gonna do music shows, all that. But somehow this is number 2 on iChart. It's moved up from 3 to 2, beating the My Name Is Clear from QWER. It's ahead of it now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's only behind the Day 6 Happy, which is super viral at the moment.
Isn't that also a B-side?
Yes. Yeah. There's no music video for that one either.
That we are living in a strange time now. I'm not complaining, but that is strange regardless.
I think this is just a fun song. I don't think it's the best song ever, but I had a great time listening to it. Plus, as a Karina fan, it's great. If you want, Karina's also a fixed member on a TV show right now, Synchro U.
Yes.
Oh.
Synchro U is a show UJSuck is hosting. They have singers hitting behind wall, and you have to guess if they're AI or if they're really there.
Yo,
it's a really cool show. My success rate is only like 60-70%.
Damn.
That show.
Doug, yeah, I trained you with our show. I trained you with our content.
No, it's really tough. It's tough. Like y'all should check it out. I don't think there's subtitles, but you could understand what's going on even without
Pretty straightforward.
subtitle. Yeah, Karina's fixed on that show. Hoshi is as well. Jonathan, they're all on that show. Hey, it's kind of weird not doing the mild, tingly, spicy thing anymore because this is when we would normally do it. But as a compensation, we're doing SojuScore later, where we're gonna give a 0 to 10 score for the song. So you're gonna have to hold on to then, because I wonder how low of a score Warren's gonna give. You should wondering how high of a score am I gonna give this song? Okay. So that is something to consider. Let's move on to the next one. We have Jennie, Blackpink Jennie, with Mantra. She is from Atelier. That's her company. I don't like the name of that, but it is what it is. Other solo songs, You and Me and Solo were her other two major solo songs. She is reportedly going to promote the new single Mantra domestically on music shows as well, which is kind of rare for Jennie to do.
Okay.
This one, I enjoyed what we got. But number one, first of all, we need to add another 30 seconds minimum to the song. I don't know that's egregious right there.
It's a little short.
Yeah.
Number two, this song to me in general felt more like a teaser to the actual stuff Jennie's gonna do going forward. It felt like an ad campaign, or like I'm introducing me as a solo artist at Atelier.
An intro.
It didn't really feel like this is the lead track, which I looked at the Wikipedia. This is the lead track for the upcoming album she's dropping.
No way. She's dropping the lead track first?
Yeah, unless the wiki's wrong, but that's what the Wikipedia says.
You know what? I'm gonna drop a hot take and say Wikipedia's wrong. There's no way they're doing that. This is probably like
I really hope so, because it says released through Atelier and Columbia Records on October 11th as the lead single from her upcoming debut studio album. That's what it says.
If it's I imagine they mean lead single as in like lead in, like a
pre-release, right?
Yeah,
it
not the title.
Be.
No,
it has to be, right?
It's gotta be. And there's no fucking way. Yeah.
That's what makes sense, but we don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like the first track of an album. Like this would be the
It does.
Perfect first track of the album.
That's what I was thinking as well. Yeah.
It sets the tone of who she is. It sets the tone of the vibe she wants to portray. A little sensual, a little playful, a little upbeat, Yeah? Sorry, what'd you say?
No, it's a little chanty, let's be honest.
Very
it sounds like an ad campaign that they're trying to make this chant be the thing, That's what it felt like to me. Which I'm not angry at it, because I thought what we got was nice. I like Jennie. I like the attitude she's bringing. I thought it was cool. But at the same time, I'm like, if this ends up being the title track for this album, what the F, right?
This is not the title track. No way. I feel like this is setting the tone, the attitude of what she wants to do, who she wants to be, and just keeping that there. It just doesn't feel like a serious, like, oh, this is Jennie, but more so like, hey, hi, hello, long time no see, my friend. That's what it feels like. It's very fun. It's very playful. There's these bouncy kick drums. That loop just keeps it very fun. It's very. I feel like it could have been divisive, and I feel like a lot of people won't like that, but I liked it. It's a very minimal beat. The cowbells are adding a little bit of a nice touch, and there's a couple change ups with the choirs and pads and whatnot. But overall, it's pretty minimal. The lyrics are a little repetitive, but it's very rhythmatic.
Yeah, the vibes are good for sure.
Yeah, like it's very rhythmatic, and it's a little chanty, but I groove to it. It's not bad. It's a little non-linear in terms of structure, so I feel like it could come off a little repetitive and a little draggy. Yeah,
I think that's where it threw me off a little bit. Yeah. So I think for me, the biggest thing that I was confused about, like this feels like a pre-release to me, or like an intro track, because of the structure, because of that repetitive chorus, but also we only hear certain sections once. Like they never come around another time like you would for a typical song.
Right.
So like that section of like, it's not that deep, right? Where like that's what the lyrics are starting with. Like that section never comes back again. I thought we were gonna get that as like a pre-chorus for a bit, and then it didn't happen. And then we had a second section, I think it's technically the second verse, where like the vocals are very different, the delivery is very different. This is the scene where she's in front of the car, the skyline or whatever. I don't know. I feel like that also didn't come back again. And then we instead went back to just the repetition of the chorus with a different tempo. Like, no, I don't even know if it was different tempo, but it just different delivery. I don't know. It confused me a little bit. Like, I'm having fun because I like the sound. I agree. The instrumental is really fun. But the structure of it was just a little confusing. Like, like Doug said, I was waiting for another 30 seconds at least because it felt like we didn't quite get all the way.
It's so short.
It's a little short. And I definitely feel like the structure is like not. It's very atypical for like a K-pop release. But if I think about it, as an intro to an album or like the outro of an album, I feel like okay, it's a fun way to.
That would make sense,
right? It's a fun way to get in the mood. It's 2 minutes. It's quick and short. It's a simple adventure, in and out. You know, like it's like you guys know like those Le Sserafim EP intros, you know, where they like they got a banging beat. And they're like, "세카요 마무로," you know, 세상을 구하겠어, you know, like that's sort of, you know what I mean, like
little monologue moment.
Right, those that's what it almost comes off as, and I don't hate it. You know, it's a little fun.
But is it that? I don't know if it's like if we're just basing it off of what's been published.
This is true. That's true.
That's a little concerning to me.
I also think there's a bit of a missed opportunity here, where like. This is obviously the beginning of a new era for Jennie. This is the start, the kickstart of her new, of a new phase. You know, Generation 2 Jennie, Jennie Mark 2. You know, solo Jennie. This is where it begins, right? And like, Lisa made it clear she's doing new shit. She drove right off, and she's, you know, it's very clear. With Jennie, I don't know. I wasn't sure if that came through, you know what I mean? Like her Jennie. Here's the thing: Jennie on Spot sounded so. Excuse my French, but she sounded so bitchy in all the right ways. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? She's in all the right ways. It hit so hard, and in this song, I feel like that opportunity was missed a little bit in terms of making a statement about, "Hi, I am Jennie. If you don't like me, fuck off." Yeah, I feel like that's what she's, you know what I mean? I feel like that should be the approach. And I feel like that message is still there, but like it was a bit softer, you know what I mean? Do you get what I'm getting at? Do you get what I'm getting at? Just me though? Yeah.
A bit, yeah. No, I kind of see it. I think I can see where it was trying to go. I don't think it was 100% there, but I don't know. I guess I'm a little confused. I'm waiting to see what else, if anything else, is going to come out of this first solo venture. I
mean,
yeah. I really hope there's another song on October.
Me too.
Whatever this thing is.
Okay. I will admit, if this leads into like a 6-month hiatus without anything from Jennie, it's not gonna be a good look.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a good look. Yeah.
I thought for what we got it was cool, but we need a lot more, and we need like we could have done other things that suit Jennie too. You know, we could have had some nice stuff.
This is exactly what I'm saying. It's like I feel like this was a good opportunity, and it kind of slightly missed it a little.
I feel like this is more like a hey West, this is Jennie. You know, that's what I feel like this was more like. This is the attitude I'm bringing, because some people in the West they weren't around for when she did solo. You know. She's also was in that HBO series, whatever, the one with The Weeknd, terrible, she was in that as well. But yeah, I think this is an introduction to see what she's gonna do with this new company, and we'll have to see what happens going forward. All right, next song, perennial SojuTalk Nation favorites, XG. If you know, you know. They are from XGALX. Their last three songs: Woke Up, Winter Without You, Puppet Show. I did have tickets to go see them this coming Saturday. I had to sell the tickets.
Oh, wait, on a quick side note, I got my first Ticketmaster success of the week of my entire life this weekend.
You did?
For who?
For a for a J-pop artist called Yonezu Kenshi.
Oh, whoa!
I paid $200 for 2 tickets total, and they're reselling at like $900 right now. I'm like,
he's pretty popular. Yeah.
Yes.
I had to sell mine because we're celebrating my dad's birthday, so I should be a good son and go to that.
You should probably go to that one. Yeah.
To be fair though, I guess I like Ticketmaster is really strange in the fact that they want to hold your money as long as possible because they just put it in a bank account. You know what I mean? It gains interest for them.
Yeah.
So like, I sold the tickets last on the 30th, right?
Okay.
I sold the tickets on September 30th.
2 weeks
right?
ago. Yeah.
I had to verify the bank account because they had to send me 2 little deposits. So I verified everything on the 3rd, right?
Okay.
On the Thursday. And then it said payment sent, but they're like, it should come between 5 and 7 business days from there, right? But today's a holiday, so technically tomorrow is the 7th business day since then.
Oh my God. Why are you taking so long?
And then other concerts say, oh no, the venue, we only pay out 10 days after the show. So I don't know if my show's like
After
that.
the show?
So like
That's
I might not get
ridiculous.
paid for another month or something. Like
What the heck?
All right.
yeah.
If
But I'm
any,
gonna call Ticketmaster's a pain in the ass because it's in their best interest to hold your money as long as possible.
if
Like,
anyone
I
in
can't-
the audience works for Ticketmaster, please let us know. I would like to interview
if anyone in
you.
the audience works for Ticketmaster, go after yourself is what I want to say.
No. I will interview you. I would like to interview you and give you the opportunity
it's
to
a
have
pain.
Doug tell you to fuck off.
The ridiculous thing is I've had payment sent on my thing, and I've been waiting 6 business days already. Stupid. I'm sure it'll eventually come, but it's just annoying, you know.
Yeah.
Getting back to XG now. New track, if you know, you know. Right in time for the US portion or the North American portion of this tour.
There you go.
Leading into Europe afterwards.
Good timing.
I think this song, number one, the singing's great. XG singing's great. We all know this. The floor for their songs is very high. We know this as a fact. We know their company knows what they're doing. I think this particular song kind of lives and dies by, did you vibe enough with the chorus? Or did you just find it kind of flat? Right? I think that's where the song lives or dies. For me, I would say as an XG song, this is a good XG song. Is it a great one though for me? Nah, I don't think it is.
Really?
Yeah, I like it. I think it's a good song. But is it the best? Is it like on the upper echelon of XG songs for me? Nah.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I think that for me, the chorus, a little too subdued.
Okay.
Like a little too vibey.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Anita and I vibe with this kind of sound a lot.
I do.
We do.
Oh, no, I
yeah.
can see that. I can see
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
I think y'all are gonna give monster scores for this.
Okay, not gonna lie. I heard the song and like in the first like 3 seconds, I was like, Anita's gonna like this song.
It is Steve House. It's the vibes. It's fun.
It's that mood. It's a fun UK garage 2-step kind of rhythm. Very, very complex rhythms, both in the top line and the drums. It's very complex. The bass line fucking hits. That's smooth as hell. And all of it works really well together. I feel like the overall arrangement works really well together to give XG the room to do what they wanted to do. And it really works out because like, and the members are rapping, they come off really well, especially like Harvey, for example, who obviously has a very notable voice and very clearly.
I really liked her verses here. I thought she's come a long way.
Same. And I feel like a big part of that was the beat giving her the opportunity to do that because it's very non-intrusive in terms of a beat, you know? It sits in the background a little bit and it works really well. But at the same time, it has a very complex rhythm. It's very upbeat because of that, even though the tempo itself isn't super high. Another artist that does this really well in the recent couple of years has been New Jeans, where they pair up a very smooth beat with a very upbeat drum section, and then pairing that, giving the members to do whatever they need to do. And I feel like this maybe has the potential to be a little more non-divisive than New Jeans' recent tracks because XG is a lot more in the forefront. They're a lot more like in your face when they're rapping or like when they're singing. Although I definitely maybe I can see how the chorus doesn't really.
It's a little subdued is the best way for me to put it.
It's a little laid back. It's chill.
Yeah.
It's
I
chill.
like that though.
Yeah, same. You know?
It does. Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna still give it a monster score, by the way.
No, you said it's not in the upper echelon. That's nah.
Hey, some of these upper echelon XG songs, I could give a couple of them like a 10, dude.
Yo.
See, so
Shooting star. What?
I could give a couple of them 9s and 10s, dude. That's what I'm saying.
I'm putting you on the spot. Shooting star. What number?
9, left, right, 10.
Wow.
Okay, that's fair. That's
Okay.
fair.
Okay,
Wow.
see?
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm
fair.
still going to give it a good score, guys.
All right.
I'm just saying it's not up there with those types for me. Which is, that's why I said the floor is high. I would think like my least favorite like XG songs, I'm not going to name them, but I would give it at minimum like a 6 or a 7. You know, that's how where I'm at with this.
That's true.
Okay,
That's where I'm at with this.
That
so,
is
okay.
Okay, that is fair. I understand your perspective. Thank you for explaining.
Okay, here's one thing about XG that's great. More than like almost any other group, the complemental voices they have it's so good.
Exactly.
They're just
It's
like
great.
when you go to like Juria into a Chisa moment, it's like wow, right? It's magic every time.
There are definitely XG title tracks where they didn't really know what to do certain groups of members. Like for example, like 2 comebacks ago, they had a very rap focused song, which was called "Woke Up." Woke up looking like this, that thing. And that was very clear. There was not really a track meant for the vocal lineup.
They didn't know what to do with Hinata sometimes. I
Right.
feel like.
And like if you
But
go
this
back,
time,
and sometimes if you look at the title track to Winner without no. If you look at the title track to New DNA called Puppet Show.
Puppet Show.
Puppet
Okay.
Show.
Puppet Show, it felt like some of the rappers they didn't know what to do with. This is definitely one of those tracks where like all of them have a very clear-cut role. Even the vocal members are playing sections in the verse, and it really works really well. Like for example, like I think the most iconic moment for me, I think it was it Julia who goes like, "Sayonara, I'm gone," like
Yes.
that was a moment. That was a good moment. You know what I mean? Like that wouldn't have happened if they do the typical thing of putting rappers in the rap section and vocals in the vocal section. But think outside the box a little bit. It's really fun. Yeah.
I think what ties it all together, though, for me, is the performance aspect. I think they've been very consistent in their concepting, the styling, the visuals of it all. I think it was so good in this one.
Oh.
The sets were really, really cool. How they incorporated the backup dancers was really cool. Also, special shout out to the choreo because you don't get to see it very well in the music video, the way they do some of the shots. But I did get to see some fan cams of the live performances they've had for this song. And it's just so smooth. Like they're really great performers. Like they can do very like complex, hard-hitting dance moves. But for this one, I feel like the highlight was controls being smooth, and they definitely killed it. They have a move that doesn't show up in the music video where they do a bit of a dive. So they do a little circle and then they all dive. I've never seen a girl group do it. I've seen multiple guy groups pull it off. It's not like uncommon. I just thought it was really impressive because they made it look very easy, very, very smooth, very like fitting. Like I didn't think it would go with the vibe of the song, but it worked.
Did you guys like those weird doll looking things that were
The
dancing?
I was a
3D
little-
characters animated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked them.
I
Okay.
thought they were interesting, but it fit the vibe of them and like the alien backstory they have going on.
There's one point
Yeah.
you see the ship, right? And it kind of has like a
Yes.
star design. It reminded me of that movie back in the day, Pacific Rim, where they had like the kaijus fighting each other. There's one scene where they have to make a force field, and there's a ship that looks just like that one. It's kind of a star shape as well.
That's a
Like,
very
Right?
specific reference.
That's what I saw a robot. I was like, oh, this is like
Damn, okay.
alien robot thing. It reminded me of that Pacific Rim movie. And
I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes I feel like the styling for XG is a little too strong for like my personal tastes. I feel like here it was like
it worked.
it works
was
really
fine.
well. This is
Yeah.
I know Haraju style fashion, tends to be a little more extreme. I feel like this was the right amount of touch, like overall, I think the music video was like is it a little trippy? Yeah. Is it
A little bit.
It's a little strong? Yeah, it's very strong. It's like very strong.
But it's pretty.
But it's pretty.
fun.
It fits the genre, it fits the sound, it fits what they're doing, like hey, no overall no complaints, I do feel like.
Oh, wait,
Doug
I'm
brought up a really
wrong.
good point, though.
The ship was from Guardians of the Galaxy. Glenn Close's
they're
ship.
right.
The one that's
Oh.
a star shape. This one, Warren. That's what it reminded me of.
Wait, Guardians of the Galaxy is my favorite.
Here, I just put a picture. That one.
Oh,
That's what that one thing in the music video reminded me of. There's like the star-looking ship.
Oh,
And towards the end of the XG video, they have like a white version of that kind of ship morphing or something going on.
okay.
It's cool. I love the
Yeah.
graphic effects they
There you
had.
go. I feel like if you saw Guardians of the Galaxy, you will know.
Hey, XG, man, they're a good group. I hope this tour is super successful so that the big company Avex or whatever back at home be like, all right, this is financially sustainable. Let's continue to do crazy shit, Simon. Here's some more money, right? That's what I'm hoping.
More investment, please.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the last track. 17, Love, Money, and Fame featuring DJ Khaled.
Oh my God.
They are from Pledis. Last 3 songs, Maestro, God of Music, and Super. The funniest thing I saw today is, you know those lyrics videos people make after after the music videos come out where they show like the pictures and they light them up when they're singing?
Oh, yeah.
I saw one and DJ Khaled was in the video and they lit it up when he said his bullshit.
Oh, okay. I feel like it was a misdirection to say featuring DJ Khaled because I think he was just producer and he has his tagline in there. But
Anita, come on. That's what he does. If it's featuring DJ Khaled, that's what he does.
I don't know. I just feel like
Am I
do we need to
wrong?
put that?
Am I wrong in saying that I expected a completely different song considering DJ Khaled was on it? Am I wrong in saying that?
Did you expect the something like more like a hip hop track?
Yeah.
Like kind of like I'm the One or like
Yeah,
or like
something
God
like
did
that.
or like that thing.
Yeah, I was expecting something more hype, but like they kind of really dialed it in. It had like this nice restrained, sophisticated energy coming out. I don't know how to put it. Like it wasn't too crazy. It was kind of dialed back, but in a nice way, you know?
I mean, in all honesty, I don't know what DJ Khaled added to the song.
That's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
He is
Did
okay.
he produce? I assumed
Okay.
he was somehow involved in production. Then.
DJ Khaled is a DJ or a producer in the sense that he brings people together. He brings the best people in the industry together to work together. That's his role as a producer. If you listen to his album, that is how it is produced, typically speaking. That being said, the first line of songwriting credits goes to Woozy, Bumzu, and then DJ Khaled. And then back to Rudy Deok, who I believe is a K-pop producer. A couple of folks I don't know, and we go back to Daniel Lobby Klein, K-pop person, Park Gi-tae, who's also a K-pop person. Making fun of DJ Khaled is a bit of a meme.
Yeah.
We the best music. Another one. DJ Khaled is, I think, the actually only value he brought to the track. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that is it. Like that.
He made a cameo in the music video, but that's
Like
it.
you read the press releases, all they say is DJ Khaled part tech and production. That's what did he bring? I do not know. So I don't know if it's a net positive or a net negative. I'm gonna argue a net negative because the moment I heard him go, "We the best music," I burst out laughing. I kid you not. I was like, my guy, like, get the fuck out of here. Like, what you be? I don't know. It was just me.
No, I kind of was in the song until like he came again towards the end, and I was like, oh, he's still here.
Oh.
It's just weird seeing Mingyu driving a car and then you hear, "We the best!"
Yeah.
And he's crashing the car at the same time, right?
Another one.
It's just kind of weird that that's even happening. Hey, to be fair, that Kanye West JYJ song back in the day,
Oh my God.
that happened too. So anything is possible, right?
There you go.
Yeah.
How do we feel overall in terms of this? Framing it as a 17 song, we know who 17 are. We know what they've done in their
Right.
careers.
Okay. So we're taking Mr. One DJ Khaled out of the equation here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels very vanilla.
Right?
I think-
it did, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I I didn't not enjoy it. I'll say that. I think to
Mm-hmm.
me, maybe it's because DJ Khaled was there, you know, like just his presence. It put me in the mindset of like, oh, this sounds very like early 2010s, like Ariana Grande type
Yeah.
of beat. And I didn't mind that. I think I enjoyed that sound a while ago. I think it's still nice, but it's quite safe and maybe a little too familiar now. It's nothing super exciting or different, new. But then again, 17, I guess, doesn't really need that now. Like, they've done, like, the very hype music. Like, Maestro was that, like, very hype, very intense. So this could be the more easy, kind of lower energy.
Just the 17 easy listening track.
Kind of, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not, I mean, it's not super slow, but it is, in comparison to their other stuff, maybe. That's where I'm getting that.
I mean, in all honesty, like, I totally feel you, because like I listened to this and I was like, I'm like, this sounds like the type of track I would have gotten out of like a Boy Cold Sick K joint back in 2015, 16 sort of situation. You know what I mean? Like, like you put this and Iffy on the same album. I that makes sense to me. You know what I mean? You know exactly what I'm referring to. Yeah, remember Iffy?
I could hear that.
Yeah?
I
Yeah.
know that song, yes.
Yeah. Which isn't anything bad. It's just I like you. I think it's a little played out. You know, it's
Considering this was the last song before the military era starts as well, right? I wanted, like, you know, maybe we could do a somewhat melancholy goodbye song or something, you know?
Or
like
it does have that feeling though.
It does though. It's kind of restrained
Yeah,
that way.
not
And I thought
quite sad, but yeah.
This like, especially because we started with Junghan, right? Because he's going to the
Yeah.
military first, right? I kind of felt it in that sense, but musically, I wouldn't say it's all the way there. There were some shots in this music video I really liked. I like the Wonu focused staircase rain scene at the end.
The rain scene overall.
The rain scene was
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love
yeah.
that shot. It was like so HD considering we got rain coming down there too, right? It was kind of crazy how well they shot that. I never thought I would see Uzi fist bumping DJ Khaled in my life, but it happened.
we the best. Sorry.
But then at one point, they're clearly in Korea. They're dancing under a highway, right? Like, I don't know. It's just a variety of shots here.
On the other hand, I do want to talk about the lyrical theme of the track for a second, because I saw the title "Love, Money, Fame," and I was like, "Oh man!" And, okay, here's the thing: it is "Love, Money, Fame" featuring DJ Khaled, and my mind went immediately to, "Oh, this is the 17 Flex era. This is the 17
Right?
like."
That's what I thought.
I was like, "We've made it,"
Yeah.
and I'm so lonely. That kind of track. That's what I thought it would be. You know what I mean?
Like, I got all this money, but is that all I need? You
Right.
know?
That kind
Yeah,
of track.
right.
Which I feel like they're in the right time in their career to discuss that sort of thing, because given that, you know, not the hottest type, they are the hottest active boy group at the moment in K-pop. You know, I don't think that's an overstatement. And then the lyrical content was a bit of a cop-out, where they were like, "Oh, people care about love, money, and fame, but I care about you, baby." I was like, bro, come on, that's a cop-out. Nah, you can't do that. Fuck that. That's stupid. Come on. Like, you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Yes, people to people love is very, you know, that's very important. Don't get me wrong. Like, yes. But at the same time, like, that message could be a lot more complex and it could have a lot more depth, you know? This is like a theme where you could take that theme in many different ways and it'd be really fun. And I think 17 is a group that is very capable of doing those things, especially because a lot of the production is done in-house, literally in group. And I don't know, I felt like if you're gonna name this track Love, Money, Fame, you know, Mr. Khaled aside, I feel like the expectation is there, and, you know, it's, I don't know, you know what I mean? It feels like a huge opportunity that they played into, and they're like, "Oh, you know, never mind, we care about love, you know."
Also, the Junghan Uzi talking on the phone scene was nice too. Touch as well. They are hinting at the fact that he's going to the military.
Yeah.
I do agree with you in the point that, like, we need a little MSG, right? We need something. A little bit something. It's not bad though, right? It's just
No, it's still
just-
fun. Still nice.
so fun. It's nice.
Is it bad? No, but is it good? I don't know about that
That's
either.
the question. Okay.
Yeah.
Other releases from the past 2 weeks.
That's
There's
okay.
I'm just gonna pivot into that because we're gonna get to that. We're gonna
right, no,
say
fair.
some scores soon.
Fair,
Other
fair.
releases. Chen released Love You, TIOT after that season's Long Tunnel, B2B Chan Sub 33, Lisa Moonlit Floor, which was a very interesting track as well.
Very
Ascent
kind
Sweet
of-
Devil, Wusong 44, Forget Forever. Min Ji-un, who's from that new SM R&B label, debuted with Sentimental Love. Kiss of Life pre-release REM. This one almost got covered. It was very close.
It's a nice song. Good
That
song.
digital artist Apoki released Super Duper Ride. Pentagon Hui released Nameless featuring Jang Hae-jin. The Wind, Hello My First Love. SF9's Taeyang released Hug Me. AB6 released Naked. Nomad Call Me Back. B-Wave, Hard to Get You, Billy pre-release Trampoline, CM Blue, A Sleepless Night, Epic's My Girl pre-release, Extraordinary Heroes, Night Before the End. Okay, that's all the other songs that released.
Wow. Lots of songs.
Warren, I could switch over on the fly to the SojuScore joint. You want me to do that?
Oh, let's
I could
go.
do it.
1, 2, 3.
Did I do it?
Okay, that
I did
worked.
it.
Kind of worked. Yeah.
It worked. It kind
kinda
of worked.
Okay.
Okay, guys. New segment here. This is replacing Spice King. We are at SojuScore. SojuScore is a segment where each week the crew, the Gochu Gang, and the SojuTalk Nation will score the new releases.
Let's go.
Using the SojuScore scoring guide, as you could see below at the bottom of the screen, we will score songs from 0 to 10 with an average score receiving a 5. Songs with an average score of 7.5 will enter the Hall of Spice. The Soju chart from 299. I don't want to go through the whole chart, but Yena's Nemo Nemo got a 7.06 for reference.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So let's go through the scoring guide. We made this a couple episodes ago. We got this scoring chart. It's from 0 to 10. We can only give whole numbers. Yeah, and you can see an average score gets a 5. Let's go through it. 0, not music. 1, terrible. 2, bad. 3, skip. 4, underwhelming. 5, average. 6, good. 7, would recommend. 8, exceptional. 9, deer defying. And 10, legendary. So that is our kind of rubric.
Can I give a quick aside, given this is the first time we're doing this, right? Like,
Yeah.
so we stayed away from doing like actual review ratings on the podcast for a very long time because it's a little divisive. It's a little spicy. Let's be honest. Giving rating numbers. It feels a lot more formal as a review, and I will admit that's exactly what we're doing. However, I think this should be taken as a summary of how we feel about these tracks, not the end all like grade. You know what I mean?
Right.
The meat of the podcast is still the conversation that happens all of these, that happens before all of this. I would take our opinions as a perspective and a way to listen to these songs in a different way. There's just another
Also,
opinion in the room.
At the current moment too, right? Because
Yes.
we're not doing this long term like we used to, where we revisit every week.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
this is what it is right now.
At the end of the day, if you feel differently about these scores, if you think we gave wrong numbers, you are more than welcome to come to the Discord and chat with us and vote on your own, because as you can tell, as Doug mentioned, the Discord also gets a bit of a say in terms of what numbers we give out. So
Yeah,
A lot of discussion going on,
Some
I've seen.
trends I've been noticing, right? We've
Yeah.
been rating every song on the podcast. We got some people super generous, give out monster scores. We got some people, a little bit of sourpusses, giving out really low scores consistently. You got a mixed bag on the show. We're gonna try not to police it going forward, but like, be somewhat reasonable, please. I
It'll
beg
even
you.
out. It'll even out.
Also,
out.
we got this threshold for Hall of Spice at a 7.5. That is subject to change if we find that, like, because we've been averaging about 12 songs entering the Hall of Spice every year for the last like 3 years. We're in October. We got 3 months of the year left: October, November, December. If we make it to the new year and less than like 2 or 3 songs are in the Hall of Spice, we'll probably adjust it, and then all songs will be grandfathered in. So let's say a song like this Yenna song got a 7.06. Let's say in 2025 we decide that threshold's a 7. Yenna's gonna be in the Hall of Spice then. Okay, that's how it's gonna work.
we will revisit later down the line.
Let's do it. We got Karina's up, right?
We do.
You want to hear the score I'm giving out today, guys?
Go.
It's a big one.
Go, do it.
I'm giving an 8.
Oh.
Whoa, wait. Damn.
Whoa.
It's a really good song.
Wow, okay.
Now think about this. If that rap segment, right, was more favorable, if I viewed that rap section more favorable, it might have gotten a 9.
What?
If that rap section was really dialed in, I might have.
I'm nervous now.
Wow, okay.
I really vibe with this one, to be honest. Anita, what score are you giving Karina's up?
Okay.
Are you giving it a 6?
Yeah. I was gonna
No. What score were you originally gonna give Anita? Give it.
No, it was a 6. I was thinking
was
of
a
bumping it up
6?
to a 7 because now I feel like
No. Stick with your guns. You give it a 6. You think it's just a good song. It is what it is.
Song. I'm waiting for more. I'll say that.
I'm not gonna lie, I was not impressed. I don't feel comfortable recommending this song to anyone. I'm giving it a 3.
Oh my god.
It. We got the SojuTalk Nation and the Gochu Gang. They voted, right? You want to see the average score for them?
What's up? What they get?
7.38.
Okay. I am clearly the outlier here.
As a result,
Okay, I'm a little more at ease now.
Karina's up. The average score, 6.10. Thanks, Warren.
You brought down the average.
I mean, it's closer to what Anita voted for. So hey,
on average, it's a
true.
good song. It's a good song.
It's a good
on
song. It's not a bad song, in my opinion.
Let's keep going.
Oh,
we
this is
got
funny.
Jennie. We got Jennie with Mantra.
Oh, man, okay.
For me, I'd give it a 6. I thought what we got was good. I think it was too short, though.
Oh yeah. Well, I see my metric. This gives it a 5 for me.
Okay, that's fine.
I wish there was more.
I agree. I wish there was more, but I don't think they wanted to do more. I think they had a clear idea of what they wanted to do. But am I vibing with it completely? No, I don't know. I give it a 6. Good.
Okay, good.
Okay.
All right, next we got the SojuTalk Nation and the Gochu Gang. They also voted. The score they gave on average was a 5.53. So we're pretty on point here.
Pretty
on point.
As a result, Jennie's Mantra, the average score was a 5.63.
Okay.
So that kind of makes sense there. Next, we got XG. If you know, you know. Always giving an 8 for this one.
Wow. Okay.
Oh,
I thought it was an exceptional song. I think I would have made a little bit of changes in the chorus personally, but that's not to take away that this is not a really good song. So that is what I am giving.
I'm gonna give. Is it my first 7? I'm gonna give it a 7.
Really?
Yeah, first 7.
Really?
I think to me this song is very much in line with what Something Ain't Right was doing, right? So this was a previous release from them, and I kind of, if I was comparing the two, I liked Something Ain't Right a little bit more. They're still really good. Like I like both. They're just different takes, maybe in the same genre. So yeah, 7.
I don't quite agree that I like Something Ain't Right better, but I will agree with Doug
Really?
earlier. I think the chorus is a little lacking, but it's not terrible at all. I think overall it's sufficient. And you know what? That's good enough. I would recommend it. 7.
Okay, SojuTalk Nation.
No,
and
Doug,
Gochu
7.
Gang. Oh, you gave it a 7?
7. When did I never said 8? What the hell?
Oh.
Make
You guys
shit
like
up
the
now.
song more than me. You guys didn't even give it an 8. What the freak, guys? Hey, for reference, if this shit's making Hall of Spice, it has to be over an 8, right?
Okay.
Because it's not though. It's a 7.15. If either of you had given this an 8, it would have made Hall of Spice. By the
It's
way,
not an 8 though. You know what I mean? It ain't an 8.
I think it's an 8. I think it's an 8.
Nah. I think Left and Right is at least an 8.
Left
Left
and Right
and-
is at
what?
least a 9. You idiot. As a result, the average score for this song is a 7.29. Barely missing out on the Hall of Spice. Let's say Warren actually did give it an 8 and would have made it. Just saying.
I don't want to give it an 8 though. You know, like.
And then finally, we have 17, Love, Money, and Fame. For me, this was a 6. It was good, but I don't think it was that good.
I also gave it a 6. I'm having fun with it, but I do feel that it was a little whelming, maybe.
Not gonna lie, I feel like some of the lyrics did not rub me the right way. And that's the only thing that made me divisive between 5 and 4. But at the end of the day, I don't think it was offensive per se, so I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay, and the SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang gave 17 Love, Money, and Fame. They gave it a 5.9, so they essentially gave it a 6.
Huh.
As a result, it received a 5.72.
Okay.
So those are the Soju scores for this week. How do we feel about this? Honestly, these averages kind of make sense, don't they?
The order makes sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
The order makes sense to me.
Y'all pissed about Karina. I can tell. I know.
Let's see what score Warren had to give it. Actually, he would have had to give it a. You see, it wouldn't even make it if he didn't give it a 7. So yeah, this XG one is gonna be interesting. In general,
I think if I had to pick a song for Hall of Spice, it definitely would have been If You Know, You Know. But then again, do I think I would have been
on paper though? So one point of discussion is this XG. If You Know, You Know got a 7.29, which is higher than Yena Nemo Nemo 7.06, right? From last week.
I agree with that.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of agree with that. I do. I don't
feel like
that.
I feel like the novelty of Nemo Nemo wears out after like the 10th listen.
Really?
You know? I feel like at certain point for me, it got a little like, oh God, too campy.
Nah, you ain't kawaii enough. That's what it is.
I'm not. Look in my face. Hey, so this is how we're going to be doing SojuScore going forward. If you want to take part in this, maybe help out some of these songs, make it, join the Discord. We're going to vote on there every week, and this is what we're going to do. How do we feel about... I feel like the SojuTalk Nation and Gochu Gang kind of got the scores right this week. It makes sense to me what they did.
It evens out. Like, I know some people are very generous and some others are a little cool, but it does even out. It averages out quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not really complaining.
All right. Finally, we're at show winners. Anita, hit us with them.
Yeah, we have a long list coming. But first off, QWER had its first couple of wins with My Name Is Clear. They won on Show Champion, M Countdown, and Show Music Core. Congrats to them. And then we have Day 6 with Happy. They had their second win on Inkigayo for that one. Then we have Key with Pleasure Shop. First win on Show Music Core. And then another one for King Daniel, Electric Shock on Show Champion. First win for that one, actually. And then we have
Yeonjun.
Yoongjin. Yes, I was so confused.
Yeonjun, yeah.
Yoongjin, first solo win, M Countdown. Congrats. And then NCT Wish with Steady. Another first win for them on Music Bank. And then Vanner, first win. A lot of first wins with Automatic on Music Bank.
Nice.
Or did you ever think QWER would get to the point where they're winning like 3 music shows in a week? It's kind of crazy.
No, like they were supposed to be these group of internet kids that are doing internet things, but here they are, fake idols.
People
I see it
love them,
happening.
dude. They're doing extremely well right now as a whole.
Well, there you go.
All right, that ends part 1. SojuTalk episode 300. We'll be back after the break with some news and events from the past week. Boom.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we're back at a part 2, SojuTalk episode 300. We kind of said we're kind of committed to covering big topics in season 7.
Yeah.
We got 2 of them this week. we got this whole SM Rise Seunghan situation. That's going to be one of the main topics.
Man.
The second one is another one. It's the continued hype civil war between Mini Jin, Adore, New Jeans.
Why does
that
not
shit.
end? Okay.
But the first one is the more pertinent thing. If you're not under a rock, you've probably heard of this to some extent by now. Let me go through the articles real quick, and then we can have a discussion. So on October 10th, now keep in mind these dates. On October 10th, SM Entertainment's announced. Wait, actually, I forgot to do these first. So I got some receipts before we even get to there, right?
Okay.
So the first thing that happened was there's this place called Sway. They had an exclusive report that Seunghan left Rise. That was the first thing that happened.
Okay.
And people were like, "Oh shit, he left." Then the article was deleted, right after, like an hour later.
Oh.
People were like, "What the f?" But then SM Entertainment announced Seunghan's returning to Rise. So people were like,
disclaimer, that's not true.
so people were like, "What the f is going on here?" So SM made a statement. They were like, "Hey, here's some of the things they said." This is a statement from SM. Quote, "While we sympathize with the lack of guidance regarding Seunghan's activities and understand that fans have been worried and concerned beyond curiosity, we sincerely apologize for the fact that it took us a long time to come to the decision on the direction of Rise activities. We believe that the next chapter of Rise, which we have been carefully planning since its debut, will be more meaningful with all 7 members together, and after many discussions with our staff and members about the future direction of the team's activities, we have decided that Seunghan will return to the team." Okay, right? Standard statement. They're saying Seunghan's going back, and you're probably, some of you might be wondering why was he even gone in the first place? Well, essentially, last year in the fall, someone leaked pictures of Seunghan with the ex-girlfriend, kind of doing some smoochy. Some pictures also dropped of him maybe smoking a cigarette or two, maybe having a good time. But nothing really nefarious, right? The main thing people were saying is, this man had a girlfriend. What the heck? Right? That's the main thing. He was on hiatus for almost a year. But now, right here, we got SM said he's coming back. The next chapter of Rise, we need 7 members. We're going to do it up, right? That's what we had. People were like, okay, at least we got some information about it. But that's not what the Korean netizens felt about this shit, right? So next here, right? So look at these pictures. Korean netizens reportedly sent hundreds of funeral wreaths to SM, saying SM is dead as a company, Rise is dead as a group, Seunghan is dead to us, yada yada yada.
That's a lot of
there are other pictures, people giving SM logos the middle finger, like things like this.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of funny.
So the Korean crazy netizens, some of the Sasang fans, and other people who only want 6 members got very angry. They sent all this shit to the SM building. And eventually, someone had footage that Seunghan did go and look at this stuff at night at one point. So that also came out later. But so this is what it was. SM released this statement. The West was kind of like, okay, that's interesting. We finally figure out what we're doing here, right? Korean netizens were kind of split. Some of them were sort of like the West saying, okay, at least we got we're moving forward with this. And then some of the crazy people kind of they dialed up the extreme thing here, right? They sent all these funeral wreaths and things like that, right? That's what happened there. At some point, Rise Wonbin released a statement about what's going on.
Okay.
Now, in retrospect, there's a lot of food for thought, but what he wrote, some of the things he wrote was, quote, "I'm sure Breeze has been thinking a lot about whether Seunghan would come back or not, and why there wasn't a clear answer sooner. We've been talking a lot with Seunghan and the company for a really long time. I just want you to know that we thought about it together." Additionally, he wrote, "So it would be great help if you could always look at us with warm gaze and support us as you always have. I promise that I will continue to do my best to make Breeze proud of Rise." That is their fan club, Breeze. So he wrote up the statement. There was nothing in this statement really saying why he feels that Seunghan should be in the group or whatever, right? Specifically, right? He's just kind of saying, like, we talked about the situation a lot, look favorably upon us going forward. At some point, they deleted this statement. It's also gone, right?
Okay.
And then SM Entertainment announced Seunghan as officially left Rise about 2 days after announcing that he's coming back. At this point, the Western media, the Western fans, are like, are you really bending your backs for the Saseng fans who sent these wreaths? The people who are saying crazy stuff about this guy that he can't have a girlfriend? And you made now the decision to kick him out after you made that statement saying he's coming back? So that's what this kind of devolves into. SM made this statement announcing he's gone. Here are some of the quotes from SM Entertainment's Wizard production. This is the production team that handles Rise specifically. They said, quote, "We deeply regret that we prioritize the production's stance over the growth that the 6 members of Rise have worked so hard to achieve, the invaluable support of Breeze that has been their greatest source of strength, and the precious time shared between Rise and Breeze fans." So they're apologizing for prioritizing the production of the group going forward, you know, that 7-member next chapter, instead of what the fans actually want, is the statement they're making. Additionally, we initially made the decision with the hope that if Seunghan reflected on his past mistakes, I don't even think they're mistakes, by the way, returned to the group and contributed to Rise's growth as a team once again, it could bring even greater happiness to both artists and fans. However, upon carefully reviewing each of the opinions and reactions sent by the fans after the announcements, we realized that our decision only led to further confusion and hurt for all of you. At the same time, Seunghan expressed his intention to leave the team for the sake of his fellow members and the fans. So right here, they said, hey, y'all got so pissed. We looked at why you were pissed. He's not going to be in the group anymore, guys.
Sad.
It kind of feels like they're only releasing this statement for a select portion of the fans who were sending those funeral wreaths and were really pissed off. Where the Western side fans were kind of happy he was coming back. So then the internet explodes, right? The West is all pissed off about this. We're saying, like, what kind of precedent are you sending to everyone that this guy can't have a life before being an idol and he can't be in the group if he did have a dating life? Like, what are we doing here? It's 2024. What are we doing, SM? So that's kind of where we are now, right? Western fans are very pissed off about the situation, saying, like, you set this terrible precedent going forward that no one could have any kind of, like, real life, like, do anything, like, fun before becoming an idol. That's what you're saying in 2024. So people are pissed at SM. The Western fans are now up in arms. They got the pitchforks out. They're saying FSM, SM 3.0. You know, some people are saying, I'm going to boycott all of K-pop, is also another sentiment I've been seeing.
That's a little extreme.
That's a little extreme. I don't know. Here's the thing. We live in a world right now where in Korean entertainment, Korean celebrities, particularly idols, because they're, you know, idolation, you know, folks, are seen as people who need to have a completely clean record. And now we're kind of applying that rule to the past before they debut, which is that's a little dangerous, you know? Like,
Let's put it this, I did some interesting stuff back in high school too, you know?
Right. Bro, like, I have made mistakes in my life, period.
Yeah,
like, I'm not gonna talk about them right now, but like, if we were to debut in a K-pop group in 2 weeks, we're getting canceled in another 2 weeks.
They'll look back on my, like, old social medias that I forgot about, and they'll pull up a picture and I'm done.
Yeah, like my Instagram. Yeah,
I'm done.
I'm done. Like, don't look at my old Facebook, you know? Like,
I think the issue, or at least where I feel like, if it was something where, like, it's completely frowned upon, like societal, like, standards, right? It's not, like, great to do this.
If he was, like, smoking the devil's lettuce in Korea, then I could see why maybe they have a bigger issue, right?
Yeah. But when it comes to, like, dating, right? Like, I'm assuming, I don't know all the details as far as, like, the photos that were released and, like, what people saw, the screenshots or whatever. I'm assuming that whatever happened, whenever this relationship happened, he was a teen, he was in school.
Okay, no. Let me try to clarify some of the fingers pointed towards Seunghan at the moment. I think the first one you were referring to is his partner of some degree, girlfriend or not, I don't know. The original accusation was that he took her to a love hotel with while the girl was a underage person, or not of consent. However, this is never verified. There was no evidence to verify that this person was of not of age of consent, or that they went to a love hotel at all. So this is unverified information at the moment, until further evidence comes out. But I don't think that's ever going to happen. Let's be honest here. So I think that's out of the question. There was some conversations about the some conversations he has had before he was an idol. Another, with another idol, or in regards to smoking while he was underage, which is, at the end of the day, not a good look, and is
right. I
illegal.
think that was the only thing I was thinking. Like, yeah, that's not a great. That's illegal.
It's illegal, but like, does it lead to this? I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
think
know.
at the end of the day, why Western fans are angry is that this guy was a trainee for like 7 years too, apparently, and then his career is basically getting taken away from him for something that most people in the West particularly think is like something really minor. You know what I mean? That's like the overarching thing. I got a couple more things before we have a further discussion.
Yeah, okay.
He announced his intention to leave. He released a statement. Some of the quotes: "I've been deeply thinking about whether I've been thinking too much about myself so far, whether I've been causing too much harm to the members in the company, and whether it's really okay for me to be a part of the team called Rise that should be loved. When I reflected on it, all I feel is worry and regret. For this reason, I believe stepping away from the team is the best decision for everyone. I don't want to bring any more confusion or pain to the fans, nor do I wish to cause further difficulty for the other members, and I don't want to cause any more damage to the company." So a real, straightforward statement. So that is that one. And then let's see this one. And to summarize everything, this is Jeff Benjamin. He's a lauded journalist who covers K-pop fairly often. Less than 48 hours after Rise and its team decided and announced that the 7th member, Seunghan, would return to the group after months of hiatus, the decision has been reversed in a shocking turnabout. That pretty much sums up the situation.
That sums it
right?
up, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the point where, as the legally Korean person in the room, and so I should clarify what is going on their end a little bit. Because in situations like these, some people think K-netizens are crazy feckers, and I agree. Some of these feckers are crazy, but don't generalize all of us. I think most of us are fine. It's just, okay, I did a quick scan of the Korean community before we started recording the episode, and it seems like they themselves are pretty divisive within the K-pop community and within the Rise community. It seems like a lot of the flowers sent might not be specific to Korean communities and might also be specific to some of the just general Eastern Asian communities. I'm looking at Japan, I'm looking at China. I'm also looking at how people are reacting to the way SM handled this, and everyone unilaterally agrees that SM fucked up, whether you're OT7 or OT7 or 6.
Here's the thing. If they had just kicked them out quietly, or just kicked them out, made a statement he's not going to be coming back, it would have been one thing, right? But it's the whole bait and switch thing, and then the what is it? It feels just like they kind of bent over after they saw how certain fans were reacting, right? Is it not? That's not like the visual I'm getting,
and
right?
I mean,
in my head.
Here's the thing. Like, yes, at the end of the day, you should build your marketable product towards the desires of your consumers. That's how that's built. Fuck it. That's pop music. Fuck, you know what I mean? Like, that makes sense. But on the other hand, like, the artists are people. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and there
people are worried about the precedent too.
Yeah, this sets a fucking precedent. Okay, I do think the situation is a little more complicated than Seunghan got kicked out for having a girlfriend. I think it's a little more complicated than that, and I think that's why this took a whole last year. You know what I mean? Their solo stands are a very interesting way to participate in the K-pop community, you know what I mean? And by the looks of it, from what I have gathered in my little investigation on SojuTalk and Twitter and, DC Inside and all these communities, is my investigation has resulted in telling me that some of these solo stands don't particularly get along with each other. Fact of the matter is, SM knows how the internet works, they probably know this. So
Yeah.
from their perspective,
Look at this. Look at this. So this is something. It says 2 million support versus 1,000 wreaths. So the hashtag SM supports bullying. It had 1.27 million posts.
Oh my god.
And then Sunghan had 2.32 million posts.
man, that Chonggong went hard.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Why is it Mujinsa supports bullying, Samsung supports bullying, Uriuneng supports why?
I don't know why that
understand.
is, but just know that people. The main thing is to just look here. People are not happy. There's been 1.27 million posts with hashtag SM supports bullying. Think about that. That's crazy. Everyone agrees that SM made a gigantic PR error here. Regardless of what they intended to do, it makes them look stupid. It continues to make SM 3.0 look stupid, to be honest. Right? I got a couple crumbs for thought.
Okay.
Some people were saying online that maybe this is to cover up this Teo stuff because he was booked on essentially
Yeah.
rape charges against a woman
Yeah, it's bad.
with-
It's really bad.
with 2 other acquaintances who are not celebrities. So that happened. So people are like, well, they might
what the
just
hell,
be,
man?
they might be covering that up. And then the other food for thought here is that Isuman, Yu Youngjin, and Sunny were spotted in China with female idol trainees. So it seems like Isuman might be creating a new
Happening.
company.
Yo, jump ship.
There's literally a picture, Warren, of Isuman, Yu Youngjin, and Sunny walking behind some trainee girls, like walking down the street because they were going somewhere.
Damn.
Like they're publicly just doing this. So people are all talking. This is all for food for thought and how SM looks really stupid right now. You know.
Here's the thing. If you have new leadership in business, I think it's easy to maintain status quo. I'm not gonna lie. This is my personal opinion. I think it's easy to maintain status quo. If you fuck status quo, if you fuck that up, that means you're like you're beyond question terrible leadership. If you, but another way to tell what kind of leadership you have is by looking at how they deal with emergencies. This was a terrible way to deal with this shit. Period. I don't know what to say, man. This is.
Yeah, look at this picture. There's a couple female trainees: Isuman, Sunny, Yu Youngjin.
All
Like-
right. Well, there you go.
So it seems
Wow.
like he's making moves
All right.
somewhere. But all food for thought. My personal opinion. This is my personal opinion. It's kind of sad to see SM upholding some of these like really archaic standards in 2024. To be honest, I also think that I wish that the company would have more of a backbone, and when they make a decision, follow through on it. I think it looks terrible
Yeah.
to capitulate to people's opinions after the fact. I think if they are really trying to maintain their position as a top 3 company in Korea, they have to grow a backbone that maybe they've lost lately. That's my opinion. I think it's unfortunate for him in general too, because you know he trained 7 years to be an idol. It got taken away from him, and it. Hopefully, he has a redemption arc. He could become a solo artist somewhere. Someone picks him up, something like that. But as of right now, the optics just look terrible for SM. And the internet is on fire. So many videos being made. Even bigger, just like content creators, not K-pop specific content people, are making videos about this.
Which is pretty strong, given like Rise isn't really a group that has widespread relevance with the general public in Korea yet. So
yeah,
this is
All
a big red flag in their early moments in their career.
So that was the first big topic. Next one, we got this goddamn high Adore Civil War. Let's just go through it. So Seoul Central District Court, they're going to determine Minijin's request reinstated as CEO of Adore is valid on October 11th. Well, she's not CEO, so I don't think it went through, by the way, right? I haven't heard any news about that. So I don't think it was fully accepted. Okay, here's the thing. B-Lift Lab, which... so you remember this whole situation with Hani getting ignored, right? That's one of the crux of this issue. Well, essentially, B-Lift Lab made a statement that stated... Islet managers have never told Islet members to ignore NewJeans members. Islet members have also never walked past NewJeans members without greeting them. So essentially, B-Lift said, okay, they're making accusations against Islet and our managers, right? You remember it was just up in the air who it was about, but basically B-Lift claimed ownership of this rumor, right? So that happened, right? So they said, no, it never happened, right? But, okay. For me to describe this, there was some kind of rule that only Hani, because she's the one making the accusation, could see the CCTV footage of this incident, right? So Hani and her managers went and watched the CCTV footage, right? Later, Nugent's parents came out and stated, hey, she looked at the CCTV footage, but later it turns out that they deleted the footage after she looked at it.
That's a little strange. Okay.
So they more or less came out and stated that the CCTV footage of Nugent Hani being ignored by the managers has reportedly been mysteriously deleted. And Hybe said, it's not our fault. We let our security footage is handled by a third-party company, so it's their fault, not our fault. The Hybe security guard confesses that the video of Hani greeting Islet of them being ignored was deleted. So Hybe confirmed it was deleted, this footage.
I
Security
mean,
guard?
somebody deleted it for some reason.
Yeah, so
Not a good look.
essentially right here, it says, so the Nugent's parents have been talking to this Ilgan Sports like exclusively, more or less, right? So they talked about the footage, and then they're saying like, yeah, it's kind of suspicious that Hybrid Belif Lab probably deleted the footage to cover up the facts. So now they're pointing all the fingers, right? The security guard stated that the video of Hani greeting them being ignored was deleted because they thought that the greeting was enough and didn't need to be preserved. So there's an ongoing investigation about this footage, and this security guard felt that it wasn't important enough to keep around, is what the claim is.
I mean, but the thing is, like, why would a security guard have that authority?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's just funky.
This is all.
Is it not
confusing.
funky?
That's
It's so
just
funky.
funky. That smells, man. I'll do stink. I'm across the ocean. I can smell it.
It's
All I'm saying is
weird.
Hybe looks really sus because it came out that it got deleted, right? Does it
Right,
not?
okay.
Also, you remember that thing where Hani said the National Assembly gonna make an investigation on this? She said she's going to the National Assembly, so she's gonna be talking about her experiences at Hybe to them.
I love how the translation says, "I'm going to run for the National Assembly."
Honestly, I'd vote for her.
Yo, same. Yo, Nugent's for president.
The final things that came out was Mini Jinside revealed at the Seoul Central District Court that Belift Lab had access to the Nugent's blueprint before Islet's debut. So Mini Jin is saying like, hey, listen, they had the whole blueprint of what we were going to do with Nugent's, and that's why they copied it.
That's a serious allegation.
Is that
Yeah.
standard? Why would they have access?
So, according to a document obtained, Mr. A, the visual director of Belift's Islet, requested and received the Nugent's blueprint from a Hybe employee during Islet's debut process. It was later reported that Islet's blueprint had significant similarities to Nugent's blueprint. This Hybe employee stated that after providing Nugent's blueprint to Mr. A, he was concerned that Islet's concept was similar to Nugent's in many ways.
Okay. For context here, we have to not forget the fact that while both Belift Lab and Adore are a part of the Hybe umbrella, they are separate legal entities. This could be very
Yeah.
funky, legally speaking.
Yes, and then Belift said it's all false, you know, and they plan to submit
Big
evidence
claims,
in
yeah.
court proving that these claims are untrue.
Okay.
So that's where we stand right now with this situation. Honestly, I don't think there's too much to discuss, but all I know is that like Nugent's just starts. One thing, Nugent's is kind of popping off lately on Western media. If you're not aware, ETA is really viral at the moment.
Yeah.
There's a streamer named Jason, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
He reached 100,000 subs on Twitch, which is a very big milestone. And then the song that they partied to once he reached that milestone was Nugent's ETA. And then because that video kind of went viral, all of the other big streamers on Twitch are listening to Nugent's now.
And Eugene's did a
parody of the
parody
party
of
they
the
were
audio.
having.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason made it, guys.
Yeah, Jason made it, and then it's been translating, and everyone in the comments like, you know, Nugent's really needs this right now. Some positive energy, and people love ETA right now. All the big streamers, Phantom, Kai Cenat, all of those AMP guys are all bumping Nugent. Kadrill, the guy who's streaming the League Worlds, has more viewers than Riot itself, he's bumping New Jeans all day right now too. Like,
Guys, I'm telling you, ETA is the best track in that album. I fucking say.
like for instance,
Called
we're
it.
at Worlds right now. One team got completely destroyed, and then Kadra was like, "Oh my god, oh my god." He's like, literally, like, it's mainstream now. All of this. It's kind of crazy.
Okay, I want to bring this back a little bit to the investigations that are happening at the moment and the allegations that are happening. Note number one, kind of going back to Minijin's case to be put in back as a CEO. The result is to drop on October 26th.
Okay, so we don't know yet.
Okay,
We don't know
days.
yet. That is when that hearing will end. Hype came out and said her arguments were terrible. She came out and said her argument was great. So I think that makes a lot of sense, right? Number two, a lot of the pro New Jeans reports are coming out of a single source, which is Ilgan Sports.
Ilgan Sports.
The New Jeans the New Jeans parents interviews, the CCTV report.
Yep.
There was an editorial article that dropped today as well about how Belief Lab is lying. I think it's one of either two things, right? One, they love New Jeans and they love Minijin. Or two, they think this is a great way to get their investigation and get a lot of viewership. It's probably a mix of both, let's be honest. But I will admit that it's not particularly a great look in terms of information credibility. But then again, everyone thinks the Kakao Talks that came out of like some random YouTuber is legit as hell. So I think you should kind of take that for granted a little bit.
It's just interesting how the parents are going through this Ilgan Sports and not like a bigger network. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
Ilgan Sports, for all context, it's not a small network, but it's not a big network either. It's sitting under KG Group, which I'd be surprised if you guys know what that is. That being said, it used to be a part of Junang Ilbo, so it's like not a nobody, but like it's not like
the biggest one,
right? It's not BBC coming out. You know what I mean?
all I want is for Isla to be happy and for New Jeans to be happy and for everyone to be happy.
Yeah.
You know? But that's not how business works.
That's not how. Nah.
So there is that.
We're too
all
far
right.
from that right now. Yeah.
Those are the two big topics. Let's run through the rest of the stuff relatively quickly. Hey, Big Bang reportedly performing at Mama 2024.
What?
That's happening.
Okay.
You know what else is
Let's go.
happening at Mama? They've redone the criteria for Album of the Year. It's now just not limited to sales, but will also be comprehensively evaluated from planning to music to artwork, including completeness, visuals, and so there's going to be an expert panel that also helps pick Album of the Year, and it's not just going to go to the album that sold the most copies, which kind of makes sense to me, right?
I mean, I'm pressing X to doubt, but we'll
There's
see.
that one. Next one, Mama 2024 first lineups. November 21st in the US, Isla Cat's Eye Rise. Okay.
Makes sense.
Japan,
Okay.
November 22nd in Hype and TXT IVE. That's also big. And Japan, November 23rd. Espa, INI? Is that how I pronounce this, Anita? And Zero Base One. So all giant groups.
Wow.
INI is the result of Produce Japan, right? I think.
Season 2, yeah.
Wow.
Season 2, yeah.
Sounds like an IOI thing, but
Hey, Cat's Eye, all I'm saying is where the hell is Vicha at, guys? I don't know, guys.
Shh, we don't talk about them anymore.
Okay, so that's that, right? So that's the Mama news. Next thing, Hyuna did get married, to Young Jun Hyung. So that did happen.
All right.
People were not happy. The number one comment, whatever floats her boat.
God damn. Okay.
Wow.
People are not happy about
All right.
this song.
They don't have my blessing, but all right, do you?
Next one, we got a bunch of big comebacks. Like normally I don't include comebacks. G-Dragon, October
Ooh.
25th,
Okay.
solo comeback. It's happening.
Real
First
this
comeback
time.
in 7 years. Next one, we got BTS Jin in November, so he's formally making a comeback as well.
Nice.
Go.
Out of the military, he's coming back. Next one, we got Rose, December 6th.
Okay.
So
It's
it's
still a
all
while, though,
it,
but
it's all going to be
coming.
happening.
coming.
Next thing. TOP Media, 5-member girl group Odd Youth, making debut later this year. This is the one that has Gwen Maya in it from Girls Planet 999. If
Wow.
you remember her.
Okay.
Also, the Hitomi group is debuting next week as well. this current week, I think. So that is happening. And then in terms of SM Runjun coming back, health-related hiatus, he's coming back for there.
Glad to see him back.
And then finally, we had some tours announced. We have one for North America for Moonbyul. We have Infinite is going to Asia. 15th anniversary concert, guys. Let's go. And then we have Eve is doing European first solo tour.
Wow.
So that is going to be happening there. So that is the news. It's a little more condensed on the back end, but we still got through all the big stuff. Next week, in terms of music, 82 Major, ITZY, Kiss of Life, Say My Name, that's the Hitomi group debut, Billy, One Pack, aespa, Islet, and then a group called POW or POW. I feel like you gotta do ITZY, Kiss of Life, aespa, Islet. Don't you have to?
Oh my god.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Let's do a quick transition to the final thing we're doing today.
All right. Hi. This is episode 300. How you guys feeling? Episode 300, season 7.
I think it went well. I
Yeah.
like the changes. We had two decent big discussions. The SojuScore, I think, is going to be a big discussion point going forward for a lot of people.
Let us know.
Yeah,
Some
let us
feedback.
Let us know.
We got some new graphics. We got some new intros. You know, we got a.
Yes, the cool animated intro.
Spent way too
Yeah.
much time working on that because I'm not a motion designer and
But it looks good. It looks really good.
Fun fact. I made that on Figma partially, and partially I coded it in with CSS and JavaScript.
Coded? Oh my god.
And then I captured that.
Lord.
Okay, whatever. Okay. Here's what we're doing with Afterhours going forward, right? We did all this fucking crap in the past 100 episodes. Remember the first thing we did was like mount boy group and girl group.
my God.
Rushmore,
Oh my
Rushmore,
God.
and fucking like this shit. Yeah.
Oh my god.
We did a bunch of tier lists. We did
Yes,
some
we did.
investigative research. We looked at like,
board-
IOI, where are they now?
IOI.
Yeah.
Oh my god. The board
Yes.
game. We did the board game.
We did the build your own K-pop group thing, and then that
which
later
went terribly.
became K-pop group simulator. Okay, season
And it-
2 of that is happening soon.
Ooh.
It
We're gonna
went
do that.
terribly. It went terribly.
It was fun.
That was fun. A lot of this has been, we battled AI, we did more tier lists, we did classic state where we talked about what we do in our lives. I talked about look at the city I built, you know, in video games,
It's chaotic.
and Nita talked about how much she loves Attack on Titan.
I do not.
Here's the thing. State of the Nation is staying around. We're not getting rid of it. It's just going to be built into the news section and a little more casual because, you know, who doesn't like casual, right? So
And not as frequent.
not as frequent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing.
But what have you been collecting over the past couple weeks, Oren?
The past month or so, extra week because we took a week off. We asked you guys to bring me your favorite memories of SojuTalk. Yeah, it's some of you guys have been around
Reminisce.
since episode 1. Some of you guys
Yeah.
joined 2 episodes ago. Hey,
People are having a good time.
you guys stuck
all
around
welcome.
for a reason, you know.
Yes.
So what was that reason? What was that favorite moment that made you want to stick around? Okay, so we grouped some of the responses. Thank you everybody who sent us
Yes, thank you so
mostly
much.
Discord messages, but one guy sent us. Oh, actually, before we get to that, someone left on YouTube. At Sora Yuna 1 says, "Hey guys, I'm a fan of your podcast since 2020. I always love the Hall of Spice songs, and I was wondering, have y'all ever thought about putting a Hall of Spice song in a SojuTalk playlist for Spotify? I think it'll be a great addition to your pod for your fans and potential listeners. Heart, heart, heart." To that, I say, Doug, you got a YouTube
It
playlist,
exists.
right? Yeah.
Right? There's a YouTube playlist. It's on our channel. You can find it. There's a playlist called Hall of Spice, and it is updated.
You might
I
be able to
believe.
put it on Spotify, I guess, if it's easier for people to.
I don't do Spotify, so that wouldn't be me doing
Yeah,
that.
that would probably be me. But the fact of the matter is, I'm a little lazy. Here's the thing. Here's the thing, though. I am working on putting together like a Notion catalog of all the songs we review in episode 300 and beyond. So all the running songs we talk about. I want to organize some of the discussion points that we have, and then have that be a little catalog of all the songs we review. I think that's gonna be a little fun. Maybe it's a bit of an alternative. We'll see how that goes. So here's another message we got. We got this via email.
I love that second statement.
Who wants to read this?
First of all, congrats for episode 300. What a milestone. I've been listening to the podcast for more than 3 years now, and I'm always looking forward to the next episode every week. One of the funniest moments for me was when you covered Maka Maka Hey You, and Warren pretended to like it. Very iconic moment, haha. Thank you for being my favorite comfort podcast. Much love from Switzerland. Hey,
Thank you.
This was from Nero Toby. Thank you for sending us the email.
I feel like Maka Maka only got covered because Max like made it happen, right? Mod Max made it happen.
You know what? The thing is about Hey You, there's a bit of a behind the scenes. When we were going to record, the day before we recorded this episode, I was on the airplane. I think I was coming back from Michigan, or I was on my way to Michigan or something, I forget. And I had like 5 songs downloaded on my phone. And the idea was I would listen to it over and over again so that I can review it once you get to the show. And one of it was fucking Maka Maka Hey You. So I had to listen to it over and over again on my 2-hour flight, which was like, I guess not that long, but like...
Not that bad.
Fucking hate you. Fucking... Alright. Alright. Anita, we had some Spice King highlights, right? Can you read the first message?
Yeah. First one up top. Somebody mentioned, I always think about how we snubbed Key's Bad Love, and the server was practically begging for it to be covered the next week after it was released. I remember
true.
this.
Yeah.
It was our bad, honestly. I think we should have made an executive decision to just cover it, but we missed it.
A good song, though. Yeah.
Good song.
On the bottom here, we have 3. Actually, there were a lot more messages,
God.
and I think you kind of you didn't choose all of them because I think, Anita, you were picking out the messages.
Yeah, I have compiled some.
People are alluding a lot to the Anita Chimaparam crusade. This was from episode 144, 145, 146, 147, 148, where she gave it first, and then second place on her Soju chart, Soju ranking.
Yep.
Do you still like the song, Anita?
Well, that's the thing. So this was what was it? When was the first? I don't even remember when it was released, but it was a while ago.
It was a minute.
It was a minute. I think at the time, in the moment, I really truly enjoyed it. I think I was very honest in my ranking. It was first in my heart for a while. It did not stand the test of time, though.
Ooh.
I have not revisited that often since then, but it was fun.
Hey, 3 people remember this as like.
I know. I'm surprised. I didn't think it was that memorable.
Man, episode 144 to 148, Anita, was a very different version of Anita than we have right now.
And it's shaped, right? Because it shaped the way we did some voting things, and I don't know. I think
You want to hear the songs it lost. So 144, it won Spice King, right? Picked up his first crown.
nice.
Next week, 145, Hello Future, that NCT Dream song, the really good one.
Oh,
It won
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row. And then in 147, Hey on Weekend came out. And that won the final 2 weeks of Anita voting for.
Man, Anita chose Chimaparam over The Weeknd?
And she chose it over NCT Dream Hello Future, which ended up being one of the songs of the year, I think, for us. That year.
Wow.
yeah.
As Doa points out here, she said, also that episode when the executive decision was made that Anita couldn't be
Yeah.
the last to make her chart, and it's been that way since.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't keep changing your...
Hey,
You can't change it based on how we vote. Like, that's not how this fucking...
I mean,
That's not how it works.
I was trying to be, like, share the love, I didn't want to, be like the one that excluded people from getting the crown, So I was trying to guesstimate points and whatnot, but
Right. Well,
Hey, she was gaming
I
it.
can no longer do that.
I think you're
All right, those
gaming
were the Spice
system.
King highlights.
All right. We had some stream shenanigans. I tend to stream on Twitch about 6 times
Yeah.
a year. I should more.
It's fun, yeah.
But Koala says, but overall, Stream the Thug being unhinged top tier. I love the chaos.
So if you don't watch the streams, when we stream, I give my real opinions on and
It's unfiltered.
I don't
We
hold
don't get
back
to edit anything.
Okay, the thing is, whenever you join Doug, regardless of the conversation, you just stop dropping hot takes. You just start dropping all the hot takes out of nowhere. I'm like, what is going on? He's like, what?
You want a hot take? I have one right now.
Go, do it, whatever.
Okay.
I think Magnetic's better than any of the New Jeans songs this year.
Oh.
Damn.
Continue. Keep going. We're not gonna address it. Let's continue.
Okay.
Doug is canceled. All right, whatever. Dole said that the funny as hell Twitch stream memory is Warren twerking to Gum by Jesse. I pulled a
It did
screenshot.
happen. It did happen.
Someone left the link. Yeah.
And someone wrote clip. Oh, it is Dole. She wrote clip that.
Yeah.
Song mild, challenge spicy.
Yeah. This was a moment. I am not proud of it. Not my proudest moment. I'm not gonna lie.
People remember it though.
People
Let's
do
keep
remember it.
going.
All right. Therese talked about nug nug nug, where she said when Warren ended up on his friends For You page saying nug nug nug. So this is a reference to some of the TikToks that used to be made about us. Therese, who was on the Discord, used to make TikToks with some of her content.
This thing got 9,000 hearts.
It did. Some of it went like pretty viral, and I was like, that's cool. It was whatever. I didn't really think about
Warren
it.
was like role playing as someone who's cooking up all the BTS nuggets that are because they had that collab back in the day.
Back with the McDonald's.
And Warren's like, I'm cooking up all these nugs. Nug.
And that, you know what? I was like, that's a funny moment. Whatever. I'm being stupid because I'm on the show. Whatever. And then like 2 weeks later, one of my coworkers, and I work for a consulting firm, and one of my coworkers posts up, and she's like, "Hey, Warren, do you like make content on YouTube?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she goes, "Yeah, like you were on my TikTok For You page."
Wow.
And I'm like, "Oh no." Cause like
And what was this?
the thing is, like at work, I have a completely like blank persona. Like I have a very work friendly like my current
Yes.
right. Like it's my current project mates. If they knew I talk like this on the show, I think they would feel betrayed a little bit because I'm like a lot quieter on. I'm an introvert. What do you want me to do? But
Yeah, when I was in an office, like people didn't know the outside stuff.
No.
You know what I mean?
No, nobody knows.
like
Well, some people know.
whenever they're like, "Oh, what's your like secret hobby?" Like the most I reveal is like I make music. I have an album on Spotify. It's like fuck. What do you want me to do? You know what I mean?
That was interesting.
That was a good moment. Yeah. All right. Crispy just said Harold.
Good old Harold.
Harold's actually been gone for like 3 years at this point. To be
It's
honest,
been a while. Like if you remember Harold, you were there in the beginning.
if you're not an OG, basically,
Yeah.
we had a reoccurring character. My cousin, Hot Take Harold, would join us on the podcast and drop like a hot take, and then we would talk about the hot take, and it was kind of funny, honestly.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
see if I can find a clip of Harold. I kind of can't because
No, we don't want to talk about Harold.
you used to pull up in costume
Yeah, the bunny like hat, the glasses.
and the Minecraft sunglasses. Like
Maybe we bring back Harold once in a while and just drop a nuclear take and then just talk about it.
like you like how you said the eyelid track is better than.
That was a Harold take. I was channeling cousin Harold there.
Oh wait, no, I found Harold. I found Harold.
Moment.
Here,
Yeah.
here's that's him right there.
Where are we at?
There you go.
Oh, there.
It's like episode 52.
Look at
Harold.
how bare
Oh my
my wall
God.
was then. That was it. We had an
Man.
Eyes One
Oh
poster and a
my.
couple signed albums and a bottle of soju.
You
That was it.
Come a long way.
Whoa.
And we have neon lights from ET1 class.
There was a glow up there.
Tan bum.
The wall had a glow
Cool.
up.
Let us know if you guys want to see Harold again. I will be leaving a comment. All right. There was another comment about Doug's mishaps, right?
Yes.
Anita, go.
I saw this. Okay, comment says, I was also gonna say, something else referring to the Discord, but what they were highlighting was the pink-eyed players and Love Shaker.
Okay,
Famous
so
quotes from Doug.
there's a Twice song called Heart Shaker that a lot of you
Yes.
know. Like a I still call it Love Shaker for some reason. It just comes out better. I've been calling that since.
Love Shaker.
Pink Eyed Players, basically TXT all got pink eye at one point.
They did.
And then I decided to, in the description of the video, like it was like old dude Super Junior, Nugu rookies, whoever, and the Pink Eyed Players TXT are coming back this week, right?
Yeah.
And TXT fans on Twitter got very angry at us. And even though I'm pretty sure TXT won Spice King or the equivalent of it at the time during that episode,
Yeah.
and I even asked them, like, did you watch the episode? They said no. So we removed the Pink Eye Players, but I did not give them any other superlative because F them. So it was just like old dudes, blah, 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 and TXT. That's what it ended up being. Yeah.
In hindsight, that was some of the softest angry comments we got. But that was like the first set of angry comments we ever got on
That was
online.
the first angry comments that they didn't even watch the content. They were just angry. You know what I mean?
we were not serious. It was just for fun. It was.
I think I was on my way to KCON or something that day, and then that's what happened. I would remember freaking out on a train station, being like, "What is going on?"
The thing is, like, the thing is, like, right, like, if I go to our YouTube channel right now, so, like, for transparency, YouTube videos that are meant to be YouTube videos do a lot better on our channel than the actual podcast episodes, which makes sense, you know, as we're on YouTube. The top two most viewed videos at the moment is both about the Hybe versus Minijin situation. The first one and then the second one is respectively the first and second most viewed videos. So much of the comments that we received through those videos were very much like they didn't watch or listen. Like it was very clear.
It was a clip.
Yeah. So like at the end of the day, like that's so I will read all the YouTube comments, but like if I remember most of the names that I see often, and if I see a name that I haven't seen before and they're speaking nonsense, I will not take it seriously in the story.
Yeah.
But like, hey,
Also,
like, yeah.
Mal wrote No Lifing New World, so that was a Amazon Game Studios MMO that we played during the peak of pandemic. It was fun at the time, but then eventually we realized the game was shit down the line. So after sinking like hundreds of hours into it, we realized the game was shit at a certain point. So
I mean, you
yeah,
played it. It was on you.
I know. That's why I'm not playing Amazon Studios' new MMO from Korea that they released in the West, Throne and Liberty. It came out like a month ago or a couple weeks ago, and I refused to play it because I want to get sucked in. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
All right.
Quinceañera. No, go back.
Oh, we missed that.
Anita.
Yeah.
This was
yes.
Anita remembered
Anita
this.
submission.
I remember this. So I think it was when we were covering Chungha's comeback.
Yes.
And
Carencia.
her album was Cadencia, right? It had a very like Spanish themed concepting to it, right? Which is why the word Cadencia. But somewhere along the lines when we were talking about it, Doug just started calling it Quinceañera, which is very different. This is when the Sweet 15.
Yeah, it's a Sweet 16 equivalent, right?
Yes,
Oh,
More or less.
that's
for
what that
girls in like Latin American culture.
And I was calling it Carencia. Quinceañera.
Another one I just remembered that I don't think people, I don't think they referenced, but there was a moment when we were covering Girl Gang by
Anita, why did you bring that up?
XG.
Girl giving.
Girl giving.
Girl giving.
Girl giving. And then I remember this was in the first like 10 episodes of the show when I called Monster X for like 2 weeks straight. And people were really angry about that. I remember that happening too.
I think at some point you fixed it, but you used to call Hunter like Hantio.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, that too.
Nah, man, not that.
That
Nah.
fun though. It's harmless.
I don't blame you though. Yeah.
It's like Manti Teo, the guy who got catfished by the dead girlfriend. You know, Hanteo.
What?
What?
Y'all don't remember Manti Teo?
I don't think so.
This is a weird reference, man. How do I spell his name?
Mantiteo, and then write catfish. He was the guy who his fake girlfriend died, so he was dedicating the season for her, and it turned out it was one of his boys back in Hawaii just catfishing him.
Damn.
Oh my god.
That's a little sad.
Yeah, and he was like a Heisman candidate at the time.
Yo, look how startled he is.
And the funniest thing is, I visited Notre Dame campus while this was happening, and I saw him while I was there.
Oh my god.
Damn.
I don't think
I just remember Teo because we called the.
All right.
Teo.
That was a bit of a random
All right, keep
tangent.
going.
Yeah. All right. We had some favorite callouts from past State of the Nations we've done, right? Daniel L said, I don't know if anyone remembers this, but Warren came up with this video game-like concept on the pod, building their own K-pop group. Like, seriously, that was something. I think that is in reference to the K-pop group simulator we did back in, I don't know which episodes. I'm sorry.
Way back when.
I'm gonna try to find, oh, here we go. A K-pop group simulator. We ended with popularity 1 and money $6 when you started with, I think, like $50 or so.
Yeah.
And you had to like.
You gave us multiple chances to do a dice roll to do well, and we never did well.
Yeah.
Y'all fucked up every dice.
We were
dice
struggling,
roll.
but it was fun.
There was a random event where like it could have been a Sunbase shout out or a Press is Impressed, but like the member could be dating or like music video plagiarism controversy. You know,
This is all realistic. This could happen.
If we do this again nowadays, I'm gonna add a owner risk situation where the CEO is allegedly taking over your company. Like,
Oh my god.
season
let's
2
keep
is
going.
coming. It's promises in the works. Suyusumi says
World Cups, yeah.
right. My vote is for the World Cup rankings for random things. Of course, I haven't been able to find any links yet, but the discussions were always really chaotic and hilarious. I think the ice cream flavors was one. For reference, we used to do these things called World Cups, which was our version, I guess, of like. Let me try to log in real quick. It's our version of the tier list where you talk about random shit. Like, we did best Marvel character, best awkward superpower to have, best food to eat if you had to eat the same food item for 15 years, like you were an old boy. You know, best pizza, best breakfast World Cup. You know, that kind of thing. I think they're fun, but I think it's safe to say we've outgrown this format a little bit, and we might use it again in the future. But for now, I think probably won't be seeing this around for a while. We'll still have stupid conversations though. No.
The draft that was on Discord. That one.
Right. The draft was in the Discord. Bao Ben says the draft and the Winter World Cup are definitely my favorite moments. We didn't do the World Cup last year, I think. Did we? I forget.
No.
I don't think so.
It was 2 years ago.
But we did we used to have an annual event around December where we like vote for something every day, you know, and then eventually we get to like the best track of the year. Maybe we do that again this year. I think I was busy with something I forgot last year. Jillaby 9399 on YouTube says, I couldn't really think about a favorite moment, but I feel like Warren's acting should be memorialized as a moment. I think one of the most recent moments I acted was the Ooh Teddy.
Oh god.
Where'd it go? I'm trying to find it.
Never again, dude. That acting was horrendous.
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about.
There it is.
Lots and love and sparkles. Teddy. All right. A lot of people called out the favorite moments they had.
Okay, let me go through
Discord
these.
servers.
I primarily run the Discord.
Doug,
we had
yeah.
We had a channel called the counting channel where you literally have to count one number. Like you type the number, you press enter, and if it breaks, it goes back to 0. We never got past like 1,000. I don't think. Like it was pretty bad. And I was offering rewards. Like if we make it to 5,000, I'll give Discord Nitro to people and shit. It was never that. I think our highest might have been like a couple thousand, but like it always got messed up by the same people for some reason.
Oh, Doug, don't remember to read the messages. We're a podcast.
Oh yeah, Delmonic wrote, never forget the counting channel. Next one, Zipka wrote that SojuTalk Discord Mafia games were pretty fun. We did Mafia on the Discord, which is really weird to do Mafia without any context clues or facial expressions. So that happened, but it kind of worked out well, to be honest.
Oh, I think that's how I got to meet a lot of you guys, to be honest.
This was during peak pandemic. Max, I still have
Yes.
fond memories about peak Minju bot craze when SojuTalk was the biggest company. Essentially, there was a trading card Discord bot. It still exists, K-pop trading card Discord bot, and they're like breaking all the copyright rules like ever. But it happens still. And we got in early, like 2 weeks after the bot came out, and at one point they added an update where you form companies, and we made the SojuTalk Podcast company, and we were the biggest company in the game. Like if we were playing an MMO, we were the biggest guild.
Damn.
People were coming
In the
just for
entire
Minju.
game. Yeah, people were coming just for Minju.
Yeah, people were joining the server just for Minju.
And I had a side
fuck?
computer running a program to make us more money because
Oh
I
my God.
couldn't be
God.
bothered to do it manually. It got kind of intense at the end, and then we quit. But that was it. And then Fang Bard wrote, going through all the emotions with live chat during survival shows. That's a lot of fun. Additionally, for me, we got really into certain video games during the time on the Discord. Minecraft, we got super into that. We had New World, the MMO. A lot of us were into that. We had Overwatch, dubs only team. That was another thing. That was a lot of fun. Hopefully we can get that going again if there's another fun multiplayer game.
Yeah. Discord, Lian. I'm gonna do a terrible job reading this name. Liana de Floriers also left. Here is a list of some of my favorite moments with you guys. Number 1 is driving 6 hours plus to a K-pop concert with my sister, because not a lot of K-pop groups come to Montreal, while listening to you guys, or when we both listen to your podcast on our own, and then later we talk about it. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you.
Shout out to Montreal. I like Montreal.
Oh.
Quebec.
One of my most viewed Google Maps reviews is at Montreal about a terrible restaurant experience I had, but I still love Montreal. I promise. Number 2, one funny thing I remember is when you guys said that Blackpink should all have solo debut by the end of the year, but it took like 4 fucking years.
It happened. Yeah.
That's funny.
That pisses me off. Man, the way YG does things. Yeah. Number 3, Anita bringing back EXO by and Hypen one last time. I loved it. Is that your new
It's a
job,
trend.
Anita? Number 4. Yo, Social Talk Nation in the intro made me laugh every time from episode 45 to 149. I think Doug's intro has changed a little bit. I think back then we used to do like a quick preview at the beginning of the episode.
Oh my God. I remember recording that and the amount of stress that would cause.
Really?
I averaged about 5 takes to do it.
It took
That
a
was
while. I remember.
Yo,
Yeah,
SojuTalk
yeah.
Nation, on this week's episode, we'll be covering these things. We'll be covering these news topics. Da 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 da. We used to have a preview thing.
Yeah.
It took me so long to do that.
Damn. Okay. I mean, thank you for doing it for 100 episodes.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you bring that back.
No, maybe with AI do it.
Oh, there you go. With
AI
Doug's
Harold.
voice.
And lastly, maybe an unpopular opinion, but I like the intro in the earlier episodes. Always happy to have found you guys. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
I think we're on the 3rd iteration of the intro. I'm not sure if she's referring to the first one or the second one. Each intro is my best interpretation of what's popular in K-pop right now. And I feel like I change it every time that gets a little outdated. Right now, I feel like it's kind of interpretive of the easy listening K-pop trends.
I would be fine with doing a summary thing at the head of the show, like while we're recording. Like, I'm kind of okay to do that. Like after I give the intro.
You don't have to, Doug. You don't have
No,
to.
like doing it. I could do it live. It's the recording part because I wanted it to be perfect. You know what I mean?
And if it's somehow recording with a group, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Yeah, if it's just the 3 of us and I F it up, it'll be funny and we'll just keep going like we normally do.
Okay.
We'll think about it. We'll think about it.
We'll think about that. I do think there was benefit in. Okay, whatever. Thank you for your positive messages,
you.
Liana. I appreciate it. I will reply on Discord. I somewhere I have a recording of the earlier intros. Somewhere on SoundCloud or YouTube. Season 1, maybe not. I'll figure it out. All right. Last message from Miko. My favorite SojuTalk memory is them talking about the Hanto Awards. LOL, I legit couldn't stop laughing during that.
That was the
was a
award
mess.
show where someone pooped their pants.
That was a
one.
mess. The reports that we were reading seemed fake because it was like insane.
Well, unfortunately for you, they were very real, Anita.
They were apparently real. Yeah, it
Someone
happened. I feel
shat.
bad for people that were there.
Someone shat their pants in public.
Hey, I said
And all
someone in
witness.
Korea should pay someone to poop at this year's Hanto Awards too.
No,
I
no.
think it'd
don't
be
do
so
that.
funny if that's like
No.
a tradition.
No.
Someone shits their pants.
For real though, how much are you paying them?
5Gs.
No.
5G.
Jesus.
5Gs?
You know I'm going to Korea in 3 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. It's you.
No, Warren.
Wait,
no.
when are the hunt tours happening?
You have Zell. We got Zell you somebody.
When is this happening? When are the dates?
I don't know. Oh, it's in February. Never mind.
no way.
Oh, okay. I can't shit in public anymore. I'm sorry, everybody.
But speaking of shit, this podcast has been a lot of fun.
What?
I agree.
Season 7. You know, my fondness for the podcast has ebbed and flowed. My interest is the better way to put it.
Yep.
Honestly, it's decent right now. It's not too bad. You know what has helped supremely over the last year or so? We have Wi-Fi at my work now. So I build the scripts while I'm at
Got
work
the Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay.
when there's no customers. So it saves me so much time. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to come home and do it. I just do it while I'm sitting at work on Friday or Saturday, and it's easy, you know? It makes
Yeah.
my life a lot easier.
Here's my perspective on getting into season 7, right? Like, the visuals are white and green on purpose. That was unintentional. That was intentional as a decision, because in a certain way, I kind of wanted to go back to the way we used to do things in season 1, where we were a lot more exposed and we were a lot more vulnerable in the way we talk about these songs. And I feel like if you're gonna review a song and give it a fucking number as a rating, you kind of have to, you know, like at the end of the day, like me saying Karina,
people are gonna be angry.
People are gonna be angry. I'm opening myself up.
It's divisive, but
It's divisive, but
it creates conversation.
it creates conversation, and I think having that kind of honest critique is what drives the community forward. I think what drives us forward towards awesome music, celebrating best moments that we, you know, can have as a community. That's what we're all about. So, hey, you know, that's how I'm approaching season 7. That's how I'm approaching our 7th fucking celebration of a year.
Wow.
I don't know how you guys. I never talked about this with you guys, but
I'm just trying to have fun. I'm old.
Fun.
You know, I got no time to be sad about things. We're just having a good time.
why would
know?
you be sad? No, fuck sadness.
I mean, not sadness. I have no time to be like, you know.
The only time I was sad in today's episode when I found out that I wouldn't be doing Hanto Awards while I was in Korea. While I'm in Korea. So yeah, there you go. Anita, how do you feel about episode
Anita, how do you
season
feel?
7?
I don't know. I feel like it's been really, really fun. There has definitely been stressful and like growing pains throughout the years, like getting to cover content that we like and that listeners also like, make it interesting for everybody. I think like we found the way to manage it, and I think it shows. It's more fun. It's not as stressful as it used to be. To like prep and just get stuff done. I think we got into the flow of things now, and yeah, it's been really good. Discord has been fun. Seeing everybody with their comments and the reviews has been fun.
The Discord is like a monolith now. People have been there since pre-pandemic.
Yes,
a lot
thank
of
you.
them,
Thank
right?
you for everybody
It's
who's been there from
crazy.
the
It's a lot of
beginning.
fun.
Some of you guys
lot of
know
fun.
I have known longer than my IRL friends now.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Wow.
All right, well,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you.
Season 7. Wow.
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 Yay.
Episode 300. Wow.
I want to see this island track next week, guys. I'm very excited.
Okay,
Bye.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
This time I want
Bye.
And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Ellie, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Liam's Games and Toys, NJ Parks, South Texas Once, Siu Sumi. And thank you for joining Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop. Thank you, really.